Guys, welcome back to my channel. Decided to do another video on testing DVD VCR units, and this time I'll show you. I got the unit because I decided it's gonna be interesting content, hopefully for someone at least, that this particular unit is not properly working. So I'll show you what is happening, and so if it's good video probably for resellers. Doesn't matter in my opinion, or just people using DVD VCR units if they buy them, and see if you run into this issue. Most likely sometimes I think out of, I would say, 10 units that I can purchase, just as an example, this particular issue occurs probably 5 times. So 50% of the time you can run into it on a DVD VCR units or regular VCR units, not combo units. So and I'll show you what is happening. And is it fixable? Yes, it is fixable. Do you need to waste your time on trying to fix something like this? It depends on the model of the unit, how much it's worth for resellers, for example. If it's worth their time and parts probably to fix it, depending on how much they paid originally for it and how much it sells for. Also, you can sell it in that particular condition that I'll show you for parts or not working, so someone else can fix it if they want to, but you're not gonna get the amount of money that you will get with a working unit. So I'll show you what's happening. So let's start the video. Alright guys, so we got this particular Sony DVD VCR combo unit. This is model SLV-D370P. So that's the unit. It's very popular unit. You may run into it a lot, and I've purchased them before many times, the specific model, and sold them before many times. So this is a DVD VCR combo unit. It's not a recorder unit, it's just a player, and it got both sides, DVD side and VHS side. So I connected it to my test TV, as you can see. And the first test, usually, when I forgot to mention on my last VCR video, which I made, educational video. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do, hit the like button and subscribe. Appreciate it. So what happens is the first test, usually on any units, guys, is a power on test. Forgot to mention it in a previous video. So as you can see, it's off right now. You can tell by those digits on the display. So you press the power button, it's gonna come on. You see, that's a good test to just see whenever you find them. Doesn't matter where it is. If they have a power outlet, just connect it to see if at least it's gonna power on. A lot of people don't have VHS tapes on hand to test VHS side, or DVDs to test DVD side. So the power on test is a good one anyway, because you will be able to at least see if it powers on at least. It doesn't mean either side will work when you get at home. So at home, if you have DVD disc or VHS tape, you can test it. So anyway, let's start, guys, without further ado. So we're gonna put the tape in, and I'll show you the issue with it, and I'll explain to you as a reseller, guys, why it's important to thoroughly test those units before you list them to sell on any platform. So we'll put the VHS tape in, and it goes in fine. Sometimes, guys, if it's completely broken, you're not gonna be even able to put it in. It's gonna, as you can see, it started playing. So let it play, because I'll explain to you if that particular issue occurs right now, or maybe next time I'll try to stop it and play it again. So sometimes there are certain components will be broken because of the way that a lot of the times when they get donated, they get thrown around. And VCR units or DVD VCR combo units, they're very gentle, fragile, I say gentle, on the inside. There are a lot of different small components that are attached, and when you throw them hard enough, those components, even small ones, like there are a bunch of smaller type of capacitors on the inside, and like some minor plastic type of things are connected to components, so they can get broken or cracked when they throw them. And with a small issue, it's gonna malfunction already. It doesn't matter what type of malfunction. Something, maybe VHS side, maybe DVD side, or just display will be broken, or some kind of wheel that actually controls you when you put the tape in, how it goes inside and ejects it. So those types of components may get broken, and when you try to put a tape in, sometimes you're not even gonna be able to do it. It's gonna be something gonna be stuck or broken on the inside. So, and so that's the case. So a lot of the times also, when you power on the unit and try to power it on, sometimes nothing will happen. So in that case, definitely there is an issue with the power. So that's a different type of issue, and also it depends on what happened. There may be blown fuse, capacitor, something like that, that is controlling this power button here on the inside. So as with any other components, outlets like AV outlets, AV outputs, and any buttons on the inside that are connected to the board. So that answer for certain functions, as you know, by switching from DVD to video, play, pause, stop, rewind, fast forward, record. So we got those, and eject buttons and trays. Sometimes DVD disc tray may be broken on the inside. The wheel may be broken. It's not gonna come out all the way. It's gonna get stuck partially. So that's a lot of different variations of issues with those units. So let's put DVD disc. What I'm gonna do is, guys, so I'll show you this test. Currently it's playing VHS side. I put, as you saw, VHS tape in, and now I'm just gonna press this button. It's gonna switch to VCR, and see it says insert disc, which is good sign already, at least for that. So we're gonna push eject button. Unfortunately, I don't have remote control for this unit, guys. I found it at the bins and it didn't have a remote. So put the disc in and press the button again. And now, guys, as you can see, it says loading. So that's a good sign also. But at the same time, it may not load it. So and already good sign that something comes up from the DVD disc. That's a lot. Sometimes when it doesn't read the disc, you will get a message: disc cannot be read on the screen, or sometimes on the display here. It depends on the models. So just for you to know that. See, it automatically says play, and now it went to the menu. So that's a good sign. I got some old school movie, guys. Hopefully I'm not gonna get banned on my favorite movie, guys. Of old school with Leslie Nielsen, one of the best comedians out there in history, in my opinion. So that's a good sign. So what we're gonna do is I'll press play, and you just press play over there on the screen, and as you can see, it starts playing. So that's a good sign that it's the DVD side most likely is working. So that's a good test already to see if the DVD side works. So as you can see, timer is moving, and it's, in my opinion, that's a good sign. And actually I already tested it before making the video to see how each side is, so that's why I wanted to point something out for you to be able to kind of test them properly, and include that in the listing if you want to sell those, even for parts are not working condition. So as you can see, it's playing right now. So now I'm gonna press the button and switch to video side or VHS side, and as you can see, it's playing right now, no issues. Now let's start this test. Rewind. See, rewind started, and it's rewinding. So as you can see, the rewind function is working. Let's look on the display. As you guys can see, countdown is working on the display, so it's doing it. Let's do without pressing stop, because it's gonna stop the tape and it's gonna go to blue screen. Let's just do fast forward from here without stopping it, which is another good test, which I've shown you in my previous video how to test VCRs. As you can see, fast forward, timer is moving also. Sometimes you will notice, sometimes on certain units, if you press rewind, doesn't matter if you pressed on unit or remote, if you have remote, the timer may go slower in certain directions, either rewind function or fast forward. There may be an issue with that also sometimes, and depends on those wheels on the inside, how they are worn out in different units. So that particular part, as you can see, is working. Let's do pause. Let's start play. It's playing right now, as you can see. So let's do pause. See, it's a still, so it pauses. So that's a good sign also. And as you can see already, by pressing buttons, since I don't have remote control, those functions are working. So those are all good signs already, guys, when you test those units. Now, let's from the pause position, let's press stop. As I said, it's gonna go to blue screen, as you guys know. If you tested them before, most of you did, and you ran into the same screen when you press stop. So now let's do fast forward, but from here, from that screen, and you're gonna see it's gonna stay on the screen. Fast forward, and this is the timer, and you will hear it, because you probably hear it on the video right now. So it's moving. It's moving good, very fast, guys. Stop it, and let's do rewind. So you press rewind. It says rewind on the screen, and the timer started. So timer is good, and the sound that it's making, everything looks good right now, guys. So what I wanted to point out. Let's stop it and do fast forward again, and I'll show you something as soon as it's done with this function. I do it usually on a lot of units, like numerous times, just to see if there are gonna be any glitches with that. So it's doing fast forward function right now. So we'll stop it. Now let's start playing it. Okay, as you can see, it does play. Also, guys, before I move on to this issue that I wanted to describe, make sure to test, if possible, because I do it, test the front AV outputs also by connecting your AV cable from your TV to your connectors here on the front. Currently they're connected on the back, as I usually start testing from the back AV outputs, and then I try front outputs also. And sometimes the good test also is to check record function on the VHS side of the VCR side. VHS, VCR, always mix them up. Is to connect through coax cable to your TV like good old days and try to record something from the TV. Some people don't do that anymore, but some do, guys. I had this issue before with the buyer, that they try to connect through old school. Some people still have it. That's like a regular type of situation. They don't watch YouTube too much, guys. They still watch cable on old TVs. From like from the 50s, those big ones in I forgot what it's called, those heavy Magnavox cupboard TVs. But anyway, so as you can see, it's playing. So what we're gonna do, guys, let's stop it and see, and I'll explain to you what may happen right now. So it stopped. I'll press eject and see what will happen. Alright, guys, let's pull the tape out, and you guys can see it already happened. See, that's what I wanted to discuss and describe to you in this particular video. As it seems, where everything functions normally, the tape gets eaten by the VHS, VCR side, and you will be able to right away feel it. You see how it's stuck? and you can hear the tape on the inside being eaten up by the heads and the wheels on the inside. It's get stuck on the inside part. So you have what you have to do, guys. Do not go crazy and just pull it from the side, from the opening. So just gently, let's see if I can do it with one hand. Gently just wiggle it a little bit, and you just want to make sure that you don't tear the actual tape. And that's the problem with this particular unit, guys, is that it seems that like everything is working good, but there is an issue right here, right away. So if you, since I'm using only one hand, guys, I will try to do it gently, because I already did it before, and I've done it many times before. Sometimes they get stuck, and you need to kind of move them a little bit back and forth and try to clear it. See it, this time it got stuck really bad. So let's can try to move it up and down a little bit and side to side. And I have other tapes, thankfully, that my test tapes that I used to test those units. And let's see if we can do it on the video, guys, if I can clear it out. Sorry it's taking this long, but sometimes you'll get frustrated, believe me, by this. I'm not pulling it too hard right now even on the video, guys. I'm just trying kind of to clear out a little bit so I can get to that part. See, it went down a little bit. So now what you need to do is, see, I got a little opening right now where I can insert my finger a little bit into the opening. So what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna try to clear it out from there, from that opening. And see, it already came out. And a little bit more, guys. See, it's difficult with one hand. So there we go, guys. Hallelujah. And that's what happens, guys, with this particular unit. So now I'm not gonna do it with one hand, of course. I'll have to use both hands this time. See, the tape is not torn. See, let me put it at the top. See, it's not torn. It's wiggled, got wiggled or damaged here a little bit. Not wiggled, damaged, but not torn. I still can put it back and use it. It's still gonna work. When those areas gonna come up next time on the working VCR, you're gonna see like on the screen it's gonna have like not interference, but like static kind of thing happening, like with because it's gonna, the heads will read this area, and it's gonna be kind of the area where it's gonna be like a little bit of either lost sound or partially lost video. But the good thing, we got it out on the video, guys, so you see what I'm talking about. So in this case, guys, so I'll actually correct this later. I'll put it back in and use the wheels here on the VHS to just turn it, and the tape will go back normally in, but those things will still stay on the inside. So guys, unfortunately, in this condition, you cannot sell it as a working unit. What you can try to do, you can, if you have a VHS VCR head cleaner, you can put that tape in, and it's gonna clean the heads. Will it prevent next, after you clean the heads, will it prevent from something like this happening? Most likely not, because when heads are dirty, there is an issue which you will see on the screen right away, where the video will be really bad, and the tracking will not fix it, because a lot of VCRs have automatic tracking, and after they do it, the tape starts to play clearly. In this case, most likely, if you use a VHS cleaner to clean the heads, most likely it's not gonna fix this issue, because most likely there is another problem. I can open it and try to see exactly what it is, because a lot of the times it has to do with the bands on the inside. They get worn out and you have to replace certain bands, like on a cassette. And you guys play cassette tapes, that happens a lot too, because of those rubber bands and dirt on the wheels that causes this stuff to happen, the tape being eaten like that. So unfortunately this unit, guys, once again, guys, if you buy them at the bins or garage sales or thrift stores, anywhere, try to test with VHS. See, this one I didn't, because they didn't have any VHS tapes available on that particular day when I bought it. And then later on I forgot that I have one in my car, and that's kind of a rookie mistake, guys. Again, I could have brought it into the store and put it in and tested it with my VHS from that I carry with me all the time, but I forgot that I had it. I thought I took them all home for testing and stuff. So always check your car, make sure maybe you have one in the car so you can test, because you can, because you're paying money for it, so that's important. So in this case, guys, my own mistake, but I decided at least to maybe a good educational video out of it. So that's basically what I wanted to show you guys. So in this condition, guys, cannot sell it as used, working, even though, as you guys saw, it seems like everything worked except this major issue with VHS side. So I will have to list it for parts or not working, disclose that DVD side works fine, and disclose that VHS side doesn't work properly, it eats the tape. And I paid at the bins, I paid $5 by weight. So that's how they usually give you discount if you buy bigger electronics that weigh more, because if it weighs more, if you overall electronics by weight weigh more than 10 pounds, you're paying 69 cents per pound. If it's just this unit, it doesn't weigh 10 pounds, you're gonna pay 79 cents per pound for it. And this one, I think, was around, without the box, of course, by itself, 7 pounds, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but you can put it in the comments, because most of you have those units. So, but anyway, so at the register, usually if you ask the employee to give you discount on bigger electronics, they usually do, depending on how big they are. So those considered to be bigger sizes, they're like DVD VCR units or regular VCR units, or like receivers, amplifiers, cassette decks, all those types of bigger stuff. They give you discount on weight and you pay less. So I paid $5 for it, still, for parts are not working, I may still try to maybe get 25 plus shipping for it, you know, get my money back at least, because otherwise I can just, you know, throw it into the garbage, or I can try to fix it, and if I need certain parts, I have to buy parts if needed, or something else. It's gonna cost me more, so there is no point in this case, because you're not paying too much, you're not invested in that too much. So you can put it as for parts or not working condition, and just basically escape, or don't have to deal with the issues. If some buyers, I mean, you know, even with for parts are not working, can you know, cause problems, as you guys understand. So hopefully, guys, it was an educational video, and let me disconnect it and I'll show you the back of this unit, where I connect outputs, which I've shown in my VCR video. Also, you can test those outputs right here. See, this is for DVD only, and this is a model right here. And to tell you the truth, rarely Sony models, especially this model, I had issues with. That's why kind of I was hoping, you know, maybe. The thing is, at the store I did the power test. I plugged it into the power, and they, at that particular day, they didn't have any VCR tapes or DVDs to test them with. But I have them in my car, and just well, I think I was too lazy to even go look for it. So, but it is what it is, guys. We all make mistakes. We're human. Alright guys, appreciate you watching, and hopefully this video was good. Leave comments if you have any questions about anything. I'll be happy to answer about those types of electronics. And hit the like button, share with your friends, family. I really appreciate it. And hit the bell guys for any new videos that will come out on my channel. Usually try to post videos at least once or twice a month if possible. I don't know, I just don't have time unfortunately to do it, but I'll maybe improve in the future. Okay guys, have a great day, take care, stay safe.